Hi, Anthony. You have Belinda Thomas.
All right. Hi, Anthony. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. First of all, congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay. Now, you said you watched the show as a kid. What made you think to try out? I know you said you wanted to. Were you just waiting until you turned 18 to try out? Was there a favorite
hmm
contestant that drew your eye?
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of factors. Like I said on the show, me and my mom used to watch this growing up, and she really got me inspired by so many people. And it was definitely a driving force in my career when I was younger. Like I looked up to so many people in past seasons. I kind of named a few. Like Ivan was a big one, Melanie Moore, Lexi Shimoto, to name a few, were really big people that I looked up to. And I was just so excited. I kind of missed the next gen season because I was too scared to audition at that age. But I knew the moment came when I was 18 that if the show was still going, that I would definitely really give it a shot and give it my best. And that's when that time came, and it was around the time where I was moving to LA, and I was like, I got to give it a shot. There's a lot of change going on in my life, so why not try now? And now we're here. So
Oh, that was perfect. Well, you picked the right move. Now, your audition, when you
yeah.
thought about your audition, did you think you were going to plan it in advance? Did you decide you did it and you were going to freestyle a bit of it? How did it come across with preparing for your audition?
So the song I did was a live rendition to Higher by Thames, and before I moved to LA, I taught my last class in Arizona to that song,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought it would honestly be perfect for me to audition on the show with the same song. So I kind of just connected those two parts of the song and did the part of the song that I didn't do in my choreography. And I made up a solo like maybe 2 days before I auditioned it, and I was really nervous, but I just knew I had to like bring everything I could that I had to offer. And yeah, it was a very nerve-wracking moment for me, but I definitely had to prepare, and I wanted to make sure I was pulling out everything I could to, wow the judges and make sure I went forward.
That was perfect. Now, your audition basically struck a chord. Have you watched it back?
I have, yes, yes.
And do you think differently when you watch it back, or do you watch it back and you're like, I nailed it?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said, when you watch it back now, does it have a different meaning to you, or does it have a different feeling, or you like, you know what, I nailed it?
Oh, for sure. I think now when I watch it back, it definitely has a nostalgic feeling for me. Even though it wasn't that long ago, it still feels like the opening of a new chapter for me.
Yeah.
And then the end of the show is kind of the closing of that chapter. But it definitely feels so special to me knowing just how inspired I was during that day and how many aspirations I had. And now to look back on it and like if I could tell that version of myself that I made it the whole way, he'd definitely be very, very shocked right now.
Now, Max, right from the start of your audition, Comfort was on it, Allison was on it, and then
hmm
Max turned around and called you the LeBron James of dance. That's a very
Yeah,
high compliment.
it was. Yeah, having him say that to me instantly took me away. I was like, just the fact that like going on the show is one thing and performing and showing my art, and honestly that's all I wanted to do at the end of the day. But to get like the praise from the judges and the feedback that they did give me was just that cherry on top that really made me feel so proud of myself in that moment. And that, yeah, hearing that I was the LeBron James of dance definitely took the words like right away. I didn't know what to say after that.
Yeah. You said your mom always pushed you and always made sure you stayed with dance, even if you fell a little bit unsure of yourself. And you mentioned that you want to give part of your money to your mom. How important has your mom
Yeah.
been just supporting your career? It was great to see her like in the audience and to see that support for us to watch. What was it like for you just
hmm
having her support?
it was absolutely monumental for me. Like especially growing up as a kid, having her being a single mom and having to work double shifts sometimes, or since she is a business owner, she's had to sacrifice a lot of time away from me and my sister to build her business and make sure that we can have a good life. And she would do it at the expense of her own sleep, her own health. And me and my sister have always been so thankful of that for her. And this show is a big case of that. Like she was opening another restaurant and she was pouring so much money into it, so much time into it that she couldn't leave. And I was very happy that she ended up being able to come out for finale and we really just we got to close that chapter together. And like I said a couple times, like this was our win together, because everything that I do, yes, this like might be my win, but I feel like it's also hers as well. And it's definitely a moment that we got to share together. But I'm definitely so thankful for her, and the money like that I can get from this show will just help me finally get to build my career and get to financially support myself and give her the opportunity to like watch me go without needing the help from her that she's been doing for so many years. So I get to give back to her for everything she's done to me and help her out with whatever she needs as well.
That was great, and it was good to have her there, especially at that moment. And what was it like when you hear your name being called as the winner? I mean, the two of you are sitting, you're looking at each other. Were you thinking it's going to go your way? Are you thinking it's going to go her way? Are you thinking you were happy either way? Like, actually, what is going through your mind? Like, we're waiting to see what decision's going to be made, but what's going through your mind?
It was an insane period of time. I just remember me and Tequila talking for the time that we were waiting for the judges to decide. And just the idea of either of us winning the show was so crazy, and I don't think I could have wrapped my head around it yet. And obviously in interviews and like, during the whole process, of course, like I wanted to win personally, but there was always that other side of the coin where if Tequila won, but I would have been so happy for her and vice versa. She was so happy for me. And we just kept like laughing with each other. Like one of us is about to win this show. And either way, we're going to be so happy with the result. And when my name was called, I honestly think, because it's so hard for me to explain, but you can almost see it on my face. Like I was genuinely very shocked.
Yeah, you were.
Like it was like and the best way I think I can explain it is the past 6 weeks probably just like kind of flashed before my eyes, and the whole process, and honestly all the memories and all like the hard work, I kind of just like dug my head in and just like went with it and just did as hard as I could. And then once that name was called, it was like weirdly bittersweet, because I was so shocked, but I was also like, oh my God, this is over. And like I took it home. So there was so many mixed emotions, and I even told Kat that I was like feeling every emotion in one. But it was so crazy, and yeah, it was really sweet that you could see how excited Tequila was for me, and I know for sure if it was the other way around, I would have been jumping around like her too.
Yeah, that was great. And what was it like working with Tequila? You guys started as friends, and you built this friendship up. And was it hard then when you had to start competing with each other, when it started getting down to 10, 9, 8, and now we're down to 3?
Yeah, for sure. When auditions were going on, we were just friends, and we met each other on the show. We knew each other, we knew each other before, but not like personally. We just knew each other through mutual friends and just from seeing each other on different people's feeds. But we met on the show, and we were very close. We were good friends, and once Top 10 was announced, we had a little bit of a break to kind of prepare and everything.
Yeah.
And we were just talking on the phone all the time, all 10 of us, and we're all getting close. But me and Tequila just had that like weird little spark that we couldn't figure out yet. Yeah. And we would always tell each other too, which is really funny now looking in hindsight, but the producers would sometimes ask me like who do I feel like my biggest threat is in the competition, and I would say it is Tequila, and she would say it's me. Because I just knew like she can honestly do everything I can, and that's scary because she's just such a powerhouse, and I loved the idea of competing against that, and she did too, even though we ended up being the ones competing against each other, and it felt very it had a lot of camaraderie at the end of the day, because we did get to build up such a nice relationship together. And even though a lot of it was shown on TV, and we're okay now looking back at it, but having all those moments together and really getting to build each other up and have each other as support systems, especially when everything's going so fast and you're losing so many friends every week, it was really special to have each other. And then especially to bring it down to top 3, we were so much closer every single time to like being the winner, and the fact that we just kept being with each other the entire time was really special. And yeah, we were both so thankful that it ended up being us two sharing that stage one more time.
Cool. And how has it been, or have you had a chance to adjust being a public figure? Like, are you just reading social media? People recognizing you now? Is it just too early to tell? And what's that feeling like? Or have you had a chance to
It's,
even adjust to it?
yeah, it's been a whirlwind, I could say that. Like, having just the thoughts of, like, when I go out now and I take classes, and just the people that do recognize me will, like, come up to me, and I'll just, like, talk to them, and past friends that I've had will go up and we'll talk, and even, like, people from past So You Think seasons. It's been really nice to feel like I'm a part of a family.
Yeah.
And, like, such a big community that is revolved around the show and all the dancers that have been a part of it. And I've just gotten to, like, talk to them about their experiences and talk about my experiences. And it's been just so, like, weirdly relieving now that the show is out, and I've gotten to watch it back and almost, like, close that bookend finally now that it is aired. And, like, go out and actually share what I'm feeling about it, and just get to keep continuing to grow while taking classes and doing the jobs that I'm doing now. But it has been really weird to, like, fully digest the fact that people know and I can't stop them from knowing.
Yeah.
So I just have to, like, you know, every time I go out, I'm like, okay, here we go. I gotta be prepared for anything. But I'm very thankful for all the love that I've received, and everyone that I've been talking to has been so nice. And yeah, I'm very thankful.
And was that hard? But people probably didn't know you were even auditioning, and then you're on the show. And was it hard? You had to keep the secret that you won the show or was participating.
Yeah.
I mean, were you, like, avoiding friends' phone calls? Were you like, yeah, I've just been out of town busy? Yeah, I mean, how do you adjust to that? Or what did you do to adjust to that?
Yeah, it was definitely wild. Like, a lot of people knew I was auditioning for the show, but after top 10 and getting down to, like, top 5, 4, 3, and 1, like, having to keep that secret was so hard, because once we started getting further down into the show, people would just keep texting me and keep DMing me. They're like, you won, didn't you? They would just start, like, guessing, and I couldn't tell them anything, so I would just, like, send them a fingers crossed emoji, and I'd be like, well, I hope for the best, because I can't say yes or no, because I can't give them any slightest hint.
Yeah.
So I just keep them guessing. But it was so hard for people to, like, really just start knowing that I did win, and then I'd be like, no, I didn't, I promise, and then to prove them all wrong, and they'd all get so mad at me. But they were, honestly, I'm happy that I didn't tell a lot of people, and I got to keep the surprise a big thing, and it definitely felt like a more, like, wrapped up moment that a lot of people found out at once, instead of, you know, me just, like, telling the world right after.
What about it? Yeah, that's fine. And finally, want to find out, what were some of your favorite moments, you would say, during the season? Was there, like, a performance, or was there, like, a moment? And was it hard to adjust to, like, the reality aspect of it, where they showed you guys living in the house, and that hasn't been done in past seasons?
Yeah, honestly, a lot of my favorite moments, like, just of the whole season in general, were a lot of the house scenes. I think a lot of us, there were so many things that went on in those 6 weeks, and all of us being in the house together was so special. Like, the 10 of us got incredibly close. Like, even though Olivia and Avery went home the first week, we all got so incredibly close in that 1 week. And I think that's why me and Dakayla's relationship in general, too, got as far as it did before the show ended. Because even though it was 6 weeks, for us, it honestly felt like 3 months. Like, it was a very long process.
Yeah.
Because we're all with each other 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So we had no choice other than to get really, really close with each other and really know a lot about each other and how we work and how we dance. And it was really special to see how unique everyone was. But there was also so many pieces on the show that I loved having. Like, the movie week with Jamal and Chris, that opening number
that was good.
such,
Yeah.
like, such
that was
a thing
great
for
number.
my kid self. And, like, it was incredible, yeah. And getting to do, like, a Step Up inspired piece was so special for, like, the kid version of me that loved Step Up and loved Jamal and Chris and everyone on it. And it was just so crazy that I got to, like, do so many little bucket lists. Like, I got to check off so many things in my bucket list while checking off the big part of my bucket list, which was the show. So I was definitely just all around during the whole show just so excited to be doing these things and working with these amazing choreographers that I've never gotten to work with previous. But I think the memories that I really take away are sometimes the show, because I take away the house parts the most, just because of how special the 10 of us were and how close we did get. And yeah, that's definitely, I could probably say that for the rest of us of how special we really thought that was for us.
Oh, that is fantastic. And last question, do you want to find out what's next for you? I know we have a jump because of the pre-tape, but are you currently on a project that you can talk about? Are you currently just relaxing, this is all over, or what is next, or what can you talk about?
So what I can say right now, because I know it will be revealed very soon, but I am in the process of rehearsals on a tour, and me and Mariah from the show are both on it,
That's
and
fantastic.
we're so excited that we keep getting to work together. But the person we're working with and the people we are working with will be revealed in due time, but it's going to be a very, very fun job, and I'm so excited to just continue like my growth and showing people that I'm just here to entertain and I want to show my story. But other than that, I'm just taking classes. I'm enjoying the show, and me and DeKayla are long distance right now, but we're enjoying each other still. And yeah, we're riding that wave out right now, and I'm very excited to keep going. But definitely when it all gets revealed, there will be more shown, but I'm very excited to show that.
Wow. Well, Comfort said it best. This is how this prepares your future, being on this show. And look what happened. You won, and you got a tour booked. So all that preparation works.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you for taking the time out, Anthony, for speaking with us at TV Music Network, and we wish you all the luck. And once again, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Have a nice day.
You too.
Bye-bye.